Why was Aristotle chosen to be Alexander the Great's mentor? The answer weaves together personal connections, political vision, and a profound respect for wisdom. When Alexander was born, his father, King Philip II of Macedon, was already thinking of ways to shape his son into an exceptional leader. Philip's ambition was vast. He aimed to unite Greece and expand Macedon's influence across known lands. For this, he needed Alexander to be more than just a king. He needed a ruler with insight, a thinker who could handle complex challenges, and a leader who would inspire loyalty. This ambition led him to Aristotle, a philosopher whose intellectual reach extended across almost every field of knowledge. Aristotle was not only the best scholar available but also someone Philip trusted. Aristotle's own father, Nicomachus, had been the royal physician to Alexander's grandfather, establishing a long-standing relationship between the philosopher's family and the Macedonian court. By the time Philip was seeking a mentor for his son, Aristotle had already spent 2 decades as a student at Plato's academy, where he learned under Plato himself, mastering philosophy and deepening his understanding of ethics, logic, and science. Aristotle was already moving beyond the ideas of his time, exploring new concepts in biology, psychology, politics, and natural sciences. Philip saw that Aristotle's profound knowledge and practical wisdom could shape Alexander into a leader who was both visionary and grounded. When Alexander was about 13, Philip invited Aristotle to live in Macedonia, where he set up a secluded academy in Mysa, away from the distractions of the court. This private school became the perfect place for Aristotle to immerse Alexander in a unique education, far beyond what any other young noble would have received. Aristotle wasn't just teaching Alexander facts or theories. He was cultivating a future king's worldview. They studied classic Greek literature, exploring the epic tales of Homer's Iliad and Odyssey. Aristotle encouraged Alexander to identify with characters like Achilles, planting seeds of bravery and ambition in the young prince's mind. Alexander would carry a copy of the Iliad with him throughout his life, seeing it as a guide to heroism and leadership. Aristotle also introduced Alexander to the natural sciences, teaching him to observe the world with curiosity and respect. Alexander's later campaigns would be marked by an interest in the diverse lands and cultures he encountered, and he brought scientists and geographers along on his journeys to document the flora, fauna, and customs of conquered territories. Aristotle taught him that understanding the natural world was a key to understanding humanity itself, a lesson that Alexander took to heart. But Aristotle's most critical role was shaping Alexander's character and moral understanding. Through philosophy and ethics, Aristotle instilled in Alexander the concept of virtue or arete, a guiding principle that every great leader must possess. Aristotle taught him that a true leader must not only have intelligence and courage, but also a commitment to justice, compassion, and wisdom. In Aristotle's view, a ruler should not be driven by self-interest but by a desire to govern with fairness and promote the well-being of all. This moral grounding would shape Alexander's policies later in life, particularly in his vision of unity between different peoples. When he later sought to merge Greek and Persian cultures, allowing conquered peoples to retain their customs, he was acting on lessons Aristotle had imparted. Aristotle's mentorship also involved training Alexander in politics, logic, and debate. They would discuss the structures of cities and states, the strengths and weaknesses of different forms of government, and the art of persuasion. These lessons in rhetoric would be essential for Alexander as he led armies and negotiated with foreign leaders. Aristotle believed that a leader's ability to communicate and inspire was as vital as military strength. Alexander learned to speak with authority and charisma, winning the loyalty and respect of his soldiers and subjects alike. Through this intense mentorship, Aristotle wasn't just preparing Alexander to rule. He was preparing him to make a lasting impact on the world. Aristotle's influence can be seen not only in Alexander's policies and military strategies, but also in his lifelong quest for knowledge and understanding. Philip's decision to choose Aristotle as Alexander's mentor was an inspired one, bridging intellect with ambition and laying the foundation for Alexander to become one of history's greatest leaders. Aristotle's teachings stayed with Alexander, guiding him as he built an empire that blended cultures, languages, and traditions in ways the world had never seen before.